For the first time in a month, I am checking out the Boardwalk today, and I'm also going to show you the construction going on with Bubba's, the Project 2027 site, and of course, give you another Crack Axle Canyon curb chat where I discuss what Jeffrey Siebert said this week and what the CEO of Enchanted Parks has to say, because they came out with a lot of information. Welcome back to the Hennisphere, everyone. It is week 50 in a row from a beautiful and sunny Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. And when I say sunny, I mean it's hot. It is really hot today. I don't think it's been this hot since last year. And my phone says it's 88 degrees with a real feel of 91. I'm sweating already. I'm a little surprised the line for Boomerang isn't very long. I guess that's an indication of the crowd size today. It's like a medium full because of it being a weekday. It is Friday. There are a lot of school buses here. Now, you may have noticed over the last month, there's been 2 haunted houses that have been cleared out. This is the Nosferatu house here, and you can see there's not really anything new. There's nothing different, so it does not look like this one has been cleared out. That's a good sign. So I'm in Studio 6F again because they had some clearance stuff for Mardi Gras here, and that is now gone. But none of this is Six Flags related. I noticed that 90% of the Six Flags merch, you can see the big red sales sign here and over here, 90% of the Six Flags merch is on sale. There's another rack right there, Roller Coaster Rodeo shirts, probably from last year. Everything else in here that was Six Flags is now something else, like Roxy or Quicksilver. It's not Six Flags branding though. Here's another rack with sale. The only things I saw that were Six Flags related that are maybe not on sale are like these right here, and then there's some Sangerfest Hall shirts in the very, very, very corner there. Right there, you can see it right next to the refrigerator. All the other shirts on that wall are Vans. It's very interesting. I have not seen this before. Now, I went in the Daily Planet store right here, and the DC merchandise was totally different than the Six Flags merch, so they only had a small clearance section. Almost everything in that store was normal price. Wonder Woman, wow, showing a very healthy line at 90 minutes. Fast lane wait of 15 minutes. I'm gonna go around the other side. Check it out in a bit. From the Boardwalk. We got a lot of rain this week in San Antonio, and I noticed afterwards, once the sun came out and everything, the greenery has really flourished. There is a lot more green in the trees and in the grass everywhere I look. Feels great. And you could smell the blacktop, actually. It smells like Six Flags, and that's not a knock. I'm reminiscing from my childhood, coming here in like 2005 and Astroworld for a couple years, and over Texas, especially in the DC area there. You can really smell the asphalt. Just brings back good memories. Well, the line is fairly long for Wonder Woman Golden Lasso coaster, but not terrible. It fills up half of this thing right here. I finally made it back to the Boardwalk after a month away. I think spring break was the last time I was here. And yes, guys, Hurricane Force 5 is back to operating, although it doesn't look like it's operating right now. And I'm gonna go check on Hill Valley Cemetery in a bit to see if it's been cleared out. But so far, I don't see anything from this haunted house indicating that it's been cleared out. It looks to be normal. Well, this looks about the same as before, except some of the grass has grown in, and some of the bigger props are still over here, off to the side. Really doesn't look like anything has happened in the last month since I looked over here, but I know further back beyond these trees, there's been some clearing. I know there was a wood chipper back there, and it looked like some trees had been removed. So I don't know what exactly is going on. I think I need a look from the crow's nest. Oh, the line is not very long for the crow's nest, so I will get on it today. All right, we're up pretty high now, so we got a good look at everything. And that area over there with the wood chipper kind of looks like it's the same as it's been. It's a little more overgrown, so I don't know if they've actually done anything. That blue dumpster is still there with, looks like some foliage in it. And then Hell Valley Cemetery looks the same as 1 month ago. So no updates over here. Now, for those wondering, how did you get on that ride without anyone riding with you? Because single riders are not allowed on the crow's nest. I told the ride-op that I would wait for people to walk up behind me and I would ask them if they would ride with me. And he said, okay, if they'll ride with you, then you can ride. So the family walked up. They said, yeah, you can ride with us. So I got on it. The new sign on the Fright Fest Haunt Emporium looks great. Much better. Well, the line isn't too long for Poltergeist. It comes right back to here. So I might check that out later. And over here we got Batman with a pretty healthy line. So you can see down here. I just had a good conversation with Ben and his dad. I think his dad's name was Ron. Really nice talking to y'all. I'm glad that y'all found the channel and enjoy watching all the time. We talked about the opening year of Fiesta, Texas, and even Astroworld, but mostly we talked about Kings Island and Cedar Point. So I hope you all enjoy that trip, and thanks for subscribing to the channel. Oh wow, got some of the owners of Six Flags right here. Yeah. Man, this weather is making me really hungry and thirsty, so I think it's time for some chicken tendies. Yep, we still got that entertainment for you here at Sangerfest Hall. Dancing trays, not valid at any other theme park, batteries not included. Dining plan working great. Drink plan also working good, but in a little bit I'm going to tell you about some parks where the dining plan no longer works. Now, just like outside, these chicken tendies are really hot. I'm just going to start with the little one. Well, that was delicious. Here is Miss Kitty, of course. That's what I was going to say. No, here are the waterfalls. Lovely as always. And there is that beautiful shot. Oh wow, Martian is actually riding the train. That's so cool. So I am making my way now to Crack Axle Canyon, where we're gonna do a Project 2027 update and have our Crack Axle Canyon curb chat. Two guys just stopped me right now for my Tormenta shirt because they're like, how did you get that? That ride's not even open yet. And I said, I know, I got it at Media Day up there, and they're from Dallas, so they were telling me how much their park needs Tormenta. And yes, you guys are right. All of you Six Flags Over Texas home parkers, yes, you guys have needed a couple of big roller coasters over the last 15 years, but you're finally getting one now, so I guess that makes up for it. Can't wait to go up there. Don't know when Tormenta's opening yet. Again, those events are out there that say May 16th. There's going to be previews, but that is subject to change. And I have not seen the ride testing just yet. Now it's time for your Bubba's Cafe update. I see some scaffolding inside, and I see a lot of boxes. Heat pump. Oh, okay, so they've got more equipment that has shown up here. This area is really cleared out. I'll keep walking this way. Try to get some shots inside. There's Hannah Montana blares in the background. Not complaining though. All of this stuff over here should be the same as, yeah, same as last time. So there really doesn't appear to be much. I hear them working in there. It's hard to see with the glare. I hear something going on. Oh, what is that? I really can't tell what I'm looking at because of the glare. Looks like tile on the back. So maybe a little bit of stuff has changed, but not a whole lot. Behind the Conjuring haunted house, some of the stuff is gone from last week, but there's still a lot more that is still left over. And I see it's kind of stacked neatly over here. I don't know if that's new or if that's what was over here in these piles. Here's another angle of everything. You can see these pallets over here. I don't recall them being there last week, but again, it could just be some of the inside of the Conjuring house just moved around a little bit. And over there, there's even more stuff that has been removed from somewhere. I don't know if they removed it from that far building, which was, I think, the KJ97 building. Who knows? Well, there it is. I saw the posts up last week, and now this fence is fully constructed. No one can go beyond there into this area because Hurricane Harbor opens next weekend, May 2nd, on Saturday. Over here, I don't see anything new for Project 2027. But now, you know what time it is. So this past week, we heard from Jeffrey Siebert for the first time since he left Six Flags. And 2 weeks ago, we heard from the CEO of Enchanted Parks, James Arhai. So I'll go over what Jeffrey said first. Here's what he said on, I believe it was Tuesday. Quote, "Dear family, friends, and fans, as you may have heard, I have taken a pause in my career to spend more time with family, especially our moms who are with us in San Antonio. While this time is a gift, no doubt I will miss my Six Flags family and seeing all of you. The company has been so supportive and will continue to blaze a trail to new horizons. I look forward to being a guest myself and enjoying all the thrilling adventures yet to come. Keep in touch and see you at a park soon." End quote. So he's staying in San Antonio and focusing on family. There it is. Time is a beautiful thing. I would say 5 beautiful things that you should always be thankful for are peace, happiness, fun, which this company focuses on, options, and time. Family works its way into every single one of those things. So yes, Jeffrey, take as much time as you need. And we echo what you said. We will see you sometime in the future around a park. And now, for Enchanted Parks, they've been making a lot of news lately. Not everyone still knows who they are, so they are the ones who bought 7 theme parks from Six Flags recently. And they came out with a lot of stuff this week. But first, I meant to include in last week's video the interview that IAPA did with their CEO. It was about 26 minutes long. It's here on YouTube. You should definitely check it out. And I want to share with you some of the quotes that he talked about because he was asked whether Enchanted Parks is looking to buy any more properties. Here's what he said. Quote, "We're definitely looking at expansion opportunities. Those opportunities will be put in front of us as long as we are successful this year and successful in 27. We probably have the opportunity to acquire another 5 to 7 parks in the next couple of years. If we can perform, those opportunities are ahead of us, in my opinion. We've talked to just about every owner that's willing to sell or interested in at least kicking the tires to sell in the past couple of years." End quote. We know in the next 1 to 2 years, they will be looking to buy more parks. And he was also asked about the dining plan, because a lot of people's questions regarding Six Flags St. Louis and Valley Fair and all those parks they bought was, are the things that I bought through Six Flags going to be honored there this year? Here's what he said about the dining plan. Quote, "It's very important for us to honor what was sold. We both agreed that we would honor that. If we aren't able to do it, you're going to get a full refund. We're going back to market pricing. We're not going to be top of market. The market price of a 20-ounce Coke was $5.50 last year. We're probably going to be closer to $4, which is probably closer to market. And then our entrees are not going to start at $20. We're going to have entrees that are probably in the teens that are more market rate with good portion sizing. I think this is the year of affordability." End quote. We know the dining plan now is not going to be honored because this week Enchanted Parks just came out with a lot of frequently asked questions and answers to them. They said they're going to honor admission and all the passes that Six Flags sold to people, and they're going to also honor the drink plans and the fast lane add-ons, but they are not going to honor the dining plan. So they have 2 options for everyone. You can either get a full refund for your dining plan. I think it would be roughly $120 if you paid for the whole year. Or you can request a gift card from Enchanted Parks, and they will give you an extra 20% on top of the full value of the dining plan. So To me, that would be what, like $120 to $140 probably. And because of that market pricing that I just mentioned in his quote, you can probably get 6-7 meals for that total price.
Bruh.
So that's not that bad, actually. That's better than getting nothing. And of course, if you do get the full refund, that means if you go to Six Flags Parks, you cannot use your dining plan there, even though it would be valid, but you've at that point refunded it. So I hope most people choose to go the gift card route. Now, speaking of dining plans, I've decided for the 52-week special video, the 1-year anniversary of coming to this park and filming every single week, week 52, I will do a cost breakdown of how much I spent to make this whole streak happen, to come to the park and then eat in the park and anything I bought here and there at not just this park, but all of the parks that I've been to. So I'm gonna talk about Disney, I'm gonna talk about Universal, Busch Gardens, Tampa, a couple of SeaWorld parks, and then I'm also going to do a breakdown of the total annual cost of doing the same kind of streak at those parks. The costs are going to be way different across the board between Six Flags, United Parks, Disney, and Universal. So cannot wait for that. There are a couple of things to talk about in regards to the Six Flags app. If you notice, it has been updating every day, sometimes multiple times a day, like crazy, and it's kind of getting confusing. If you go into the app and you look at your passes, you're gonna see duplicates and triplets of them. Right now, I'm showing for almost all Six Flags parks 3 pass options when I only have one that's active. There's one that's called a membership. Another one is called a season pass that looks the same as the membership. And then there's a third one with a different picture of me that was from like a year ago. So very weird, these are popping up. These were popping up before, around December and January. When I went to Knott's Berry Farm, I know I had 2 options in the app. I didn't really know why. And then in February, my dining plan was completely removed. And shortly after that, once it was fixed, Six Flags announced the sale of 7 parks to Enchanted Properties, or EPR. And now this is all happening again, which does go back to what I said last week. I am trying to get the word out and tell y'all that it's not a rumor. It's not speculation. The park is sold. A very exciting chapter is going to be starting for this park and for Six Flags. And when I say that, you have to understand the position that Six Flags has been in for so long. John Riley and the whole board of directors aren't messing around with money. They need it, and selling the parks is going to create a lot of cash for them. So this is a win-win. That's why they're doing it. And that's why someone's buying the park, because they are getting a gem of a park. It's going to be amazing. And second, there is a date coming up in the Six Flags Fiesta Texas calendar that shows the park is closed, and that is May 9th. Park will not be open. It'll be open the Friday right before and the Sunday right after. And the other thing that's weird in the app right now is that Six Flags Magic Mountain appears to be the only park that has updated their calendar through the end of 2026. You can see all the open dates for them, but I can't see that for Fiesta Texas or Over Texas or Great Adventure or any of the other parks. All right, guys, I will leave you with that for the week. So I just received word from someone on TikTok that the FT92 event has been moved to a different place and a different time. It's still going to be on Saturday, May 30th, but it will now be at Zaragoza Theater at 8 p.m. I mean, a lot of you asked this past week about that 2027 roller coaster or whatever it's going to be being postponed because of the news that Six Flags and I both reported. And hopefully that's not the case. As far as I can tell, it's still a go, but there may be stuff that comes out between now and FT92, or maybe at FT92, they'll tell us. Hopefully they announce the new ride. I really hope so. But thanks for watching week 50 in a row here from Six Flags Fiesta Texas. I'll be back for week 51 next week. So if you learned nothing in this video, just remember these 3 things. No good deed goes unpunished. Subscribe to me on YouTube, and when you're feeling stuck in life, like our friends at B&M always say, push down, pull up. That was another day in the Hennisphere.